Hello, YouTube! I still haven't figured out an intro for any of these videos, but today we have with me a meinl Weston B-flat tuba. It is 4/4 sized. It is lacquered, so obviously, but it's a very nice tuba, 4-valve, nice block. It doesn't make too much noise, even though you can still hear it quite a bit. But this is one of the larger models of meinl Westons. The other meinl Weston has a singular tuning slide that comes directly out of this 4th valve here and right into the bell section that wraps around. This specific model has a tuning slide that wraps around right here, and then it goes into the bell section. So it has a little more room for these slides up here in case you need to adjust. So this horn is non-compensating, so what you have to do for the lower notes is you have two options. You can either play them as false tones, or you can play them as the normal fingerings, like E flat, D, D flat, C, and C flat, B natural, same thing, and lip them down, or you can play them as false tones, which is a lot easier in my opinion, except for on E flat. It really depends on what horn you get, but E flat is kind of the money note for me on this horn. So if I play a normal E flat, right, it's normal, but when I play it down low in the false tone register, it doesn't have the same oomph as with 1 and 4. Has a lot more vibrant overtones in it. Now, that is the only note that I would play in the low register that without false tones. So once I get to D, D flat, C, and even C flat, I have to use false tones. So here's an example of that. Sorry, my chops really aren't up to date today, but that's a short example of how I play low notes on especially these B flat horns because they get really sketchy. Now, since I will be getting a new C tuba in the next month or so, I will be able to use those false tones more efficiently. That way, the same fingering for low F on a C tuba would be a lot more ringy. Not ringy. It would ring a lot more, but the rest of the notes would most certainly have to be on false tones, except for when you get to pedal C, that is. Sorry. That way it has that nice full sound as that B flat on this horn. So that brings up the point of pedal embouchures and false tone embouchures, that is. How on earth do we efficiently use a pedal embouchure or a false tone embouchure? So the first obvious thing is practice. Right? Having a false tone embouchure is completely different than playing it normally, because if I play it normally, it's you really have to put more oomph into it. But if I use false tones, has a lot more overtones to ring, and it frankly sounds better. But it makes us try to overdo it when we're doing false tones. A big tendency I see with false tones in a lot of players that I've either taught or I've taken lessons from is they're trying to do too much of it. So here's an example from the side. That's how to play it efficiently. Now, overblowing or overdoing it with your face looks like this. Frankly, it doesn't ever ring. So just make sure you really relax on those false tones. Same with that pedal embouchure. That one didn't receive very well, but there's a little opinion / lesson / little review of a meinl Weston 4/4 tuba. See you in the next video.